Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Slept really good last night. That magnesium and ashwagandha mix. Yeah, it's been amazing. Melatonin, no way. No. Ashwagandha, magnesium. That's where the mix is at, I've realized. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't blame them. It's protocol. Yeah, like in a lot of the preliminary questions, they'll ask you, like, are you having trouble with sleep? And the first thing they go to is like some type of medication versus just the magnesium, the ashwagandha, staying hydrated, working out. It's the energy levels more than anything. Yeah, like when I wake up, instead of coming straight to the computer, what I do is I try and like do something to stay active, clean, vacuum. Yeah, and then about 30 minutes later, I feel that my energy is starting to really pick up, right? And then I'll get like a gap of maybe 2 to 3 hours of good solid work in. And then my energy will start going down. And then that's at the point where I do less like, deep work. Yeah, so that's why a lot of these calls are 5 o'clock my time primarily. Yeah, because the energy's just way up. By the time I get around 10 to 3 p.m., there's just so many different things going on. My phone is going off. My next project is this. You know how you get like a lot of robocalls on your phone? Yeah. So I've had the same phone number since forever, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to design an agent that answers all these robocalls, finds out the name, the company, the address, everything, and I'm just gonna start sending out notices to them. Dead serious. Dead serious. It might cost me, let's say, between $1 and $5 between postage and actual time. Yeah, but there's a lot of laws now in the books that says that they can't contact you at certain hours, certain times. And we know these companies violate that all the time. So you never know. It might be a profit making. You never know. There's this phrase in the US called "don't knock it till you try it." Don't knock it till you try it. You never know. I saw this lawyer where I got the idea is I saw this lawyer on Instagram and he was talking about it. And I said, you know what? If I can design just an agent to just field these calls. Yeah, and then I can set up whatever. And then I'll just go to just drop them off at the post office, send the letters out. Yeah, you never know. But in the US, it's like that. In the US, they just blow up your phone all the time. Oh God, yeah. Well, you have companies now that harvest your data, big data. Yeah, there was this Indian guy and he kept saying big data all through the presentation. Stuck with me forever. But what they do is they collect all of your data and then they sell it to third parties, right? And then these third parties just blow you up. And then when those companies get bought out by different companies, before you know it, your data is like through 17, 20 companies within a span of like 2 to 5 years. Yeah, so you're getting calls for everything all the time. Well, something to look forward to. This is why you got to stay living where you're living. I keep telling you, from the spiritual standpoint, from the family standpoint, from the financial standpoint, dead serious. Well, you'll see when you come out here, there's like a different glow on people out here. It's gluttony. And very, very rarely, like when you go out there, you'll see people with kids, young people with kids. You don't really see that out here. You'll see like 40-year-olds with 4-year-olds or 2-year-olds. Yeah, you get that. It's very common out here. Same thing with Europe, right? When you were in the UK? Yeah, very similar, very similar. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so what she's gonna wanna talk about primarily is, yeah, so she likes to purchase single family rentals. That's kind of her stick. Yeah, and she's been with me for now, what, 8-9 years, or 8-9 months, sorry. Yeah, she's very sweet, she's very kind, and she's very unsuspecting, but she's a killer. I like her. Oh yeah, she'll message at like 1-2 o'clock in the morning. You're like, what the heck is this person doing? It's because she got called in. Yeah, traveler CRNAs. Good money. But yeah, the thing with her though is that she figured out that if you contract with anybody and everybody, you lose a lot of money on a per hour ratio because it takes you time to get travel plans and get used to a new hospital, etc. But if you contract with 3 to 5 hospitals that you know very well, it's a lot better experience for you. Yeah, so that's kind of her tips and tricks. So I met her on Instagram. Yep. Yeah, so she should be on here in a couple minutes. Yeah, she's one of my favorites, right? Because she was one of the early clients. They make more than family physicians, pediatricians. Yeah, CRNAs, anesthesia assistants. Yeah, they make really good money. Very similar to like family medicine or pediatricians. Very similar. Okay, so we have Anna and who else? All right. No, I mean, I just want you to feel like empowered to do whatever you want. Honestly, like you kind of get the concepts and the idea of what we're trying to do. And so anytime that you want to make a tweak or change something, just do it and then let me know. So that way I can kind of make a reminder to see how it is or to check on it. But other than that, that's it. That's it. If you just want to put little reminders or whatever. Yep. So we can keep a watchful eye. Big data. All right, let's do it. How's my voice sound? Does it sound raspy or something? All right. She logged in yet? Hello, how are you? Good, good, good. All right, I gotta tell you, the lips looking good. Yeah, I noticed. I said from one to the other, but they actually did a really good job. Anytime you do some soft tissue work, it gets scary. I've seen some lip injections that don't go over very well. All right, sis. Yeah, no, and I was just telling her, ideally, I mean, if you guys can talk more and communicate and chat and get to know each other, that'd be amazing. Yeah, teach her all the bad habits. Yeah, I like to tell her too, right? Like you get a lot of women like yourself that get into medicine or male dominated fields, and then they just think that they have to be more masculine, right? Whereas it's kind of the opposite. Like using what God gave you will get you a lot farther with men, just like yourself, right? Yeah, so you don't have to be that overly loud, like bossy person. Your kindness just wins people over 100%. Yeah, so if you can meet with her and chat with her, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, when I got that email with them too, I didn't really like that. So that's why I kind of called them. I tried to reach out to you, but I know you were busy. Well, I just didn't like the changing of the terms. Yeah, I didn't think that was fair. Yeah, and that's why I don't like working with only one lender at a time. I like working with 3, because those final 3 to 5 days before closing, they always do the surprises. Always, you know, and the lenders always talk to you. This has to be their training or something, right? But they always talk to you like it's your fault. Like it's your fault that they had to raise the interest rate from 6.7 to 7%. That's your fault. Or the worst is when they try and get like, how do you say it? Like, yeah, you know, like you have no choice, accept it, or else you're going to lose your deposit. So the only way to get around that is by working with multiple lenders and putting out a final call for interest rates. Yeah, and if you get, let's say you get 3 lenders offering the same rates and the same returns, you know, you go with the one that you've used before, and then you tell the one that you have in the back burner, you tell them, hey, I'm going to give you first shot next time. That's how the big boys do it. Yeah, 100%. I got another one in the works right now. It's like 20 something properties. Yeah, for that we're like 7. Yeah, 100%. There's a nice way to say it, and then there's like a mean jerky way. I think both ways works, whatever comes natural to you, you know. But with what you're doing, I hate to tell you, sis, but it just, you can't buy a single family house 1 or 2 per year for the next 10 years and expect to get anywhere compared to others that are buying, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, or an apartment building. And that's kind of what we talked about before, right? Oh, you're in my book, being one of my early superstars, I was just telling her, you can do no wrong. Whatever you say goes. Yeah, I would just like to see you get more involved in like apartment buildings or some bigger deals. Or even single tenant, triple net deals. You know, at least the payoff is going to be that much bigger. Yeah, you know, the Porsche is looking good, but it's, you know, 4 or 5 years old. We got to get you going to the new ones. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Oh, they're doing great. They're doing great. We got a surprise for him. We got him a new dog. Yeah, it's so crazy having a puppy around the house. Yeah, they just run around, tear stuff up. My older dog is like, his energy just picked up, way up. You know, before he used to sleep around a lot. He used to be a lap dog, but now him and the new dog are running around fighting all the time. And he's only been here like 3 or 4 days. So he's definitely pushing his limits. Yeah, so with you, it's pretty much, yeah, so I would like to see us try and look at some medical office or some triple net buildings or some apartment buildings, you know? It's so early in the year, so tax planning wise, it still kind of makes sense to put you on the radar for a purchase this year, but I just would like to see you get some bigger projects going, especially right now. With the high interest rates out there, there's very little competition. No, everything's gonna go through her. Yeah, it's going to go through her, and then realtors fees and everything like that. That's kind of on the agent's end. So you don't have to worry about any of that. The way commercial works pretty much is primarily if we go direct to seller and we set up a campaign. Like if you tell me, hey, Benjamin, you know, San Antonio is where I want to live. This is where I want to stay at. And then we'll put out a marketing campaign direct to seller in that specific area. But you would have to pick what kind of property you want first. Like, do I want to compete in multifamily? Do I want medical office? Do I want mixed use? Like, what specifically you want to get into in commercial, and then we can go from there, set up the campaign. That's it. And then once we meet a seller, we have everything all set up. Yeah, she closes in all 50 states. She does pretty much everything. The only thing you have to do is come to the table with financing, and then they close there in the office. So the notaries get sent out. Like, it's just like buying a single family house, honestly, except for some you have to have different inspections, right? Some of the tenants in these commercial properties, they'll have to fill out paperwork for estoppels, but it's no different, just turning credit into assets. Yeah, you know, honestly, if we could, like, that's a emergency situation. That's like if the markets change, then I would tell you, hey, get a line of credit against your house or get you a line of credit against some of your rentals, but you don't need it unless it's an emergency, you know? Yeah, you're not gonna need it. So we can go out there, look at the property type, look at the prices in your area and what stuff is going for. And then from there, we can start applying for credit lines. So that way we can get you in a position where you can utilize the credit lines for your down payments. Yep, that's the goal, sis. Okay, so she's gonna be on the platform now directly. And so you'll primarily be dealing with her, like for the, I would say the routine checks and whatever applications that you wanna get filled out. And if there's any new banks in your area that are popping up, any new banks, any new credit unions, if you can put that in the platform, yeah, and then we can go through there and scan them. Yeah, we'll once you tell us the name, then it'll scan the website, and then it'll determine if they have a commercial branch or a business lending department. Some banks don't have those. Yeah, and so then we can get all of that information. And if it's a new branch in a new area that they want to do business in, they're a lot more flexible and they're a lot more creative. Yeah, so then there you are. We'll set up your appointment. You drive over there in your pink Porsche. I'll be there on the Zoom. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, listen, when we get all this, probably towards the end of the year, we'll set something up and we'll have to meet in person. Sounds great. All right, awesome. Yeah, keep in touch. You got my number. You're on the platform. Let her know if you need anything. All right, take care. She's nice, right? You'd never think that she's like an undercover millionaire. You would think that here's this little tiny, innocent, kind person. All right, let's see here. Okay, I don't know. I really don't know. Right now, what I probably want to do is go to the gym and just get some food. Yeah, and then I'll come back and then I'll start working on that stuff. My brain's kind of dead right now. What's the word in Arabic for awareness? Yes, my energetic awareness is telling me right now that I probably shouldn't be working on high energy stuff right now. Yeah, all right. Okay, let me do this and then I'll call you back in a little bit. All right, bye.